Hello, my most amazing artists. Today I'm going to show you some different oil pastel techniques. I like to keep mine in a metal muffin tin in my classroom, but you might just have a box of oil pastels if you have a set at home. Now, I made this handy dandy little sheet, but you could also just practice on a plain piece of paper or in a sketchbook, wherever you like. First, I'm just going to draw, and if I press really hard, I get a nice dark value. If I just draw really lightly, barely rubbing that on the paper, it's light. You can also use the side of the oil pastel, especially if you've torn the paper off, and that makes an interesting texture. Here I'm going to practice some different mixing techniques. First, I'm just going to get one color onto my paper. My yellow is a little messy, so you'll notice there's some other colors on it, but that's okay. We're just experimenting and practicing techniques. And I'm going to go in with blue on top of that yellow. If I press hard, it's going to mix really nicely and become a nice, vibrant, bold value on there. If I just go over it lightly, it's not going to be as dark, but it's also going to give us that texture again, like we did on that first square. This square, I'm going to practice layering. Layering is really great for a light color with a dark color on top, but you can play around, experiment, and see what different combinations look like. I really like to do this with black, and we're going to use this technique for something we do a little bit later on here. So I'm just literally just coloring over top of the one with the other, and giving a medium pressure when I press. If I'm pressing too hard, it starts to mix and blend, and we'll see that here. If I want to blend colors, again, we could do a heavier pressure where you press really hard and get that darker color, or you can just press light and blend it together. You can blend with the oil pastel, or you can use a tool like your finger to blend them together. If you don't want to get your fingers all messy, you can use a Q-tip or a tissue and just rub those colors around until I blend it together. Now for a gradient, that's where I want to go from a light color to a dark color. This white oil pastel had pink on it, so we're just going to use pink and go to a red. So I'm going from a light value, so a light pink, to a dark value of red, and in the middle I'm going to use a mid-value pink to blend it out and complete that gradient. So I'm going from light to dark. And you can also blend that with a tissue or Q-tip as well. Here I'm doing some stippling. That's making my marks with dots or dashes. I can combine colors. This is a really great way to add texture and movement to your artwork. Now in this square, I'm going to practice scumbling. I love that word, and really it's just a great way to get a lot of texture. You're just kind of doing scribbles and scribbles over top of scribbles. It's very, very fun, and look at that, lots of texture. Now, my two favorite, we're gonna do sgraffito, and I'm just going to lay some color down nice and thick. That's using heavy pressure. I'm gonna fill both these squares in here so that we can see the results. The last one, I'm going to show you how to make your own scratch art. So I'm just going to lay a couple colors down there. Sgraffito, I'm using a tool to just scratch into my oil pastel and kind of scratch it off the paper. That's how we're going to make our scratch art. We're going to layer black over top of all those colors. And I'm just going to kind of do it quick for this example, but you would probably want to take your time. And then I can scratch away the black, and it's going to reveal the color underneath. All right, have fun.